I'd like to say welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Tony Hollis Live Talk Show Testify. Again, welcome to the Tony Hollis Live Talk Show Testify. Well, that wasn't me that time, y'all. I had some internet connection problems. Is why I'm, about an hour and 10 minutes late. So I apologize. Wasn't me. It just was the internet services, okay? But I was wanting to do some election stuff today, but due to the fact that in the last, I would say 3-4 days, there's been some development down in Osceola, Arkansas, as it relates to their schooling system, their school district. That's what we're going to be talking about today. There is some parents and concerned citizens um, who put a petition in circulation, and they are demanding that their concerns be heard by the Osceola School Board. Of course, just want to give you just bring you up to date. I received some information from a concerned citizen in Osceola. This person made a request to the superintendent to be placed on the agenda for this month meeting, May. There was 3 items that she wanted to address. I have them here. I think it was one was the school calendar. There was some concerns about um, lack of parental involvement in the decision-making process. Another one was the removal of satisfactory administrators uh, who were, I guess, they were removed without proper notice or reason. And the last one is student discipline matters are not being handled properly, which causes unfair treatment that affect other students. So those were the 3 things that uh, the petition had stated. I don't know if they submitted that petition yet. If not, more than likely they will uh, sometime between now and hopefully tomorrow. Uh, but anyway, we're going to roll into that. That's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to need Osceola. I'm going to need you all to help me out because, like, as I indicated, this was a decision that I made the last minute to broadcast on the concerns of Osceola School District. And so I'm going to need you all to share with me what options, besides the traditional uh, school calendar, were there any other uh, options that you had? Okay. I need for you all to help me on that. So I'm going to need your participation, parents, stakeholders, um, uncles, grandmothers, grandfathers. I'm going to need your participation. Okay. So please do go to the board. I don't have my phone with me. I was going to tell you to call in, but I don't have my phone with me. I left it over in the other room. But anyway, please do share your questions on the screen. I will put them up. Okay. How you doing, Miss Catherine? See, we got one visitor. Catherine, excuse me. Catherine, excuse me. But anyway, we're going to get started. And so I just want to go ahead and set the stage. Let me go up here and see if I can find my banner. Uh, and this is pretty much the commotion that is going on in Osceola. Some parents indicated that they did not get the information in terms of the school calendar year. There was supposed to be some options This is what is called year-round schooling. It's simply, mean as you read, that's what it is. All year-round schooling. Okay, and there's a lot of parents that is not happy with this for a whole variety of reasons. One being they feel like there is no break, for their children, as well as it may interfere with um, vacationing. In some cases, some of the students, especially those who are in high school, they like to earn a little money in the summertime, get a job. And so they do have some concerns, and they wanted to address those concerns to the superintendent. But unfortunately, uh, he denied their petition. Now there was two petitions, not petition. Requests. Excuse me. He denied their request. I don't think they submitted their petition yet, but they did. It's all going to be public knowledge anyway if it hadn't already. But there is a lady down in Osceola. I think she put an article in the papers as well. I believe her name is Mrs. Mary Blanchard. Okay. Now she made a request to the Osceola superintendent, uh, Mr. Green. Um, can't remember his first name, last name Green. I just refer to him as Superintendent Green. All right. So let's go up here and look at these letters, if we may. See if we can put them on the screen. Let me go up here and find them. We want to share that just real quickly. All right. So let me go up here and find those letters. I believe this is it right here. My eyes is not working too good, but I'm thinking this is it. But anyway, yes, that is it. Okay. Now, this was the basically, I read to you what the petition stated. Not the petition, the request. We keep saying petition, but the request to be added to the agenda. Uh, those three things that they wanted to address. This is the answer to Mrs. Blanchard from the superintendent. Um, I don't know if you can read that. Let me see if I can blow it up a little bit. Uh, See if that'll help you. But okay, that's about as far as I can go with it. Um, as you can see to your right hand side, uh, that's the way that this letter came in a text. That's the way it was sent to me, and so you do have some of the letters cut off there to your right hand side, but you can make sense of it if you uh, just follow along. This is the response of the superintendent denying the request to be added to the agenda by Mrs. Blanchard. Okay, it say after consultation with the school board association and the school board president, I I can't really see that they cut it off, to let you know the decision to be placed on the board agenda for May 9th has been look like this rejected accordance with the Osceola School District Policy 1.4 and Arkansas School Board Association Model Policy 6-13 319. Actually, that is the Arkansas state statute. Okay, that's not a Arkansas School Board Association policy. That is a state law, which the Arkansas School Board Association uh, use that to make their policy. Okay. Uh, it states that no item shall be placed on the agenda that would operate prejudice. Um, Prejudice. I'm just reading how they got it written. Prejudice the board concerning a student or personnel matters that could come before look like the school board for disciplinary or employment consideration, or that is in conflict with other uh, policy or law. And that was the letter, the first letter now, the first rejection. That was the first rejection that was sent out by Superintendent Green. All right. Now, actually, 613.319, uh, there's a whole lot of things that it does say. Uh, um, I don't know if it's particularly, there is some personnel issues that uh, are not to be discussed. I will say that there are some personnel issues that are not to be discussed. All right. But even in saying that, let me go back over here if I can get out of here. But even in saying that, let me take this down for a minute. Uh, but even in saying that, uh, let me take this down. Oh boy. But even in saying that, um, he took one policy, and I don't even think that this is the policy that can be used to deny the request. But that was his first rejection of the request. Okay. Um, Now, after Miss Blanchard and I spoke, um, I did send a email to Superintendent um, Green, in which uh, he sort of ignored my email. I think a couple of days that went by. Although he did respond to Mrs. Blanchard, he didn't respond to me. There have been times in the past where he did respond, but I don't know why this particular time that he didn't respond. And so I'm wondering what is going on. I'm trying to be respectful, but nevertheless, I didn't hear from him. So um, I did send an email out this morning, and I also CC'd many, about 19 or 20 some people um, into the email that I sent Superintendent Green. The school, the city council, all the officials, including the mayor, maybe a few uh, personnel people that work in the mayor's office. Um, I did suspend. I did CC them in the email attachment as well. Um, uh, Parents and concerned citizens of the community. I also include them in the email this morning. It was about 22 people in all, I believe, that I wanted to get them on the same page of what is going on with the Osceola School District. Um, this is serious, y'all. This is serious business. And I am really appealing to the Osceola concerned citizens. Okay? Osceola concerned citizen. You really do need to become more involved with how your school district is being operated or ran. You really do need to get involved. Decisions are being made, just like this year around schooling. There, as I say, there's been some that say that they didn't get any information giving them an option. The best way that you can take part and not missing out on any information is start attending these school board meetings, parents and concerned citizens. The reason that they somewhat will do things like this here is because they feel like you don't care. Because I think it's fair to say that every school board meeting, if it's not a hot item topic, just a regular school board meeting, you know, you probably ain't got 5 people at your school board meetings. Same thing here in Blavel. The only time that we've been had as many people as we have had in the past, I'll say year or what have you, is because we've been trying to hire a superintendent. Okay. And everyone has their guy who they want to become the superintendent. And so there was a lot of participation coming to the meetings. But you should go to the meetings regardless of if it's a hot item topic to be discussed, you need to take part in your school board meetings. The school board need to see you, they need to feel you, and by all means, they need to hear you. Okay, so please start attending your school board meetings. Now let's get to the after I sent out the email to the superintendent along with 22 other people, city officials, and um, the only board members email that I have is um, Jackie Baker and Ollie Collins. I don't have other school board members' email. I think that it is important that if they're going to serve as your um, school board rep, you need to have a way of getting in contact with them. That is by telephone, that is by email. You know, you need to have some form of contact of getting a hold of your school board member. If they chooses not to give their information, that's a problem. I mean, that's a problem. If they do not want to give their contact information, I think that in itself ought to disqualify them as a school board member. I mean, how are you to participate or get in contact with your school board rep if they don't want to voluntarily give um, their contact information? So, my school board here in Blyville, all school board members, we got their email contact. We know how to get in contact with the superintendent. We know how to get in contact with the principals. We know how to get in contact with our school board. The information is there. You know, there should be nothing secret about Osceola school board members not providing their email. At least I haven't saw it. I think visit their uh, their web page, and I haven't seen the school board contact information in terms of email. But anyway, let's talk about this second letter. Now, after I send that email, superintendent he edited, or shall I say, he sent out a second letter. So let's go up here and find that second letter, okay? And I'm going to let you all talk. I'm about finished in a little bit. All right. If you got any questions, that is. Okay, let's go up here. Uh, go back up here and find. Where is it? Oh, here you go over here. Okay. Now let's go to that second letter. There should be another letter in here somewhere. Let's see. Here you go, right here. Okay. Now this is the second letter. Uh, right here. This is the second letter. I want to make sure that we still um, want to make sure that we still that you can still see this letter. Let me get out for a minute because I don't think you can see this letter. So let me get out for a minute and see if I can pull this back up on the screen. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. It's up there. Okay. Now I'm hoping that you all can see it now. Yeah, there you go. You can see it as well. Now, this is the second letter that went out. As you can see, what I got uh, highlighted there in yellow. Um, that is the the things. Let me go back. Let me blow this up a little bit. But that is the items that the request had indicated. As you can see, 1, 2, and 3. Item 1, 2, and 3, which is, let me see if I can blow that up. Go back up here. Let's get it right. Go back up here and try to blow this up. Okay, y'all just give me a minute. Give me 1 minute. I want to make sure you see it. Okay. Come on, Tony. Blow it up a little bit. Oh, here we go right here. Let's see if we can blow that up a little bit. Move it over. Okay, I think that's about the most I can go, y'all. Let me see if I can blow it up a little bit more. Okay, let's try to work with that. Let's try to work with that. Okay. So here we go. It say you Miss Blanchard, you requested to be on the school board, on the Osceola School Board, May 9th meeting agenda and asked it to discuss the following three items. There it is in highlighted in yellow. That is exactly what she asked it. School calendar, removal of satisfactory administrators without proper notice or reasons, and student discipline matters are not being handled properly, which causes unfair treatment that affects other students. Okay. Now that was her. I mean, that was his second letter that he sent her. I guess he wanted to go ahead and uh, clarify any kind of uh, let me just say misspeaking from the first letter that he sent out. All right. So let's go ahead and see exactly what else he is saying in this letter here. Let me go. Okay. We're gonna have to drop it back down because that's too big. Let's see if that'll work. I'm almost through, you all. Okay. I'm almost finished. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll get it. Now he go ahead and this is the second rejection now. Okay. In conjunction with the school board president, must deny your request to be placed on the May 9th board agenda. I must decline your request to be placed on the agenda for item 2 and 3. Now he talks about 2 and 3. He didn't do that in the first letter. He used it item, what was it? I want to say item 2. He used it item 2 to actually reject uh, the whole petition because he thought that perhaps they may be speaking on calling names, speaking on personnel matters. Okay. Okay. He goes on to say on the agenda for item 2 and item 3, policy 1.14 of the Osceola School District policy state that the following no item should be placed on the agenda that would operate to prejudice the board concerning a student or personnel matters that would come before the board for disciplinary or employment consideration or that is in conflict with the district policy or law. Policy 1.13 states the superintendent has provided such regulations are consistent with the intent of the board policies. The policies 1.1 dictates in matters such as personnel discipline, expulsion, and student suspension initiated by the superintendent. The board serve as a finder of facts, not unlike a jury. For this reason, the board shall not be involved in or to the extent practicable informed of the facts and allegations of such matters prior to a board hearing those disciplinary matters in which the board could become involved. All right. That was his answer that he gave. Now, item 2, personnel matters, and item 3 is a student disciplinary matter. And so he's kind of hit taking the only thing that he basically going to allow them to speak about, I guess, is the school calendar. Item 1. Um, the administration function of the districts are delegates to the superintendent, who is responsible for the effective administration and supervision of the district individuals with complaint concerning personnel, curriculum, discipline, including specific discipline policy, coaching, or the day management of the school need to address those complaints accordingly to the following sequence. One, teacher, coach, or other staff members against whom the complaint is directed, principal and the superintendent. Other than in a few instances where statutorily allowed it or required, students' discipline and personnel matters may not be discussed in the board meetings. Item 1, school calendar is the only topic the only topic that could legally be placed on the board agenda. However, because item 1 is listed on the same request as the other two prohibited topics, your entire request, your entire request must be denied. You may resubmit your request to discuss the school calendar prior to the board next regular um, meeting. See policy 1.14, for additional information. I sought advice from our legal counsel about the matter. You see, uh, I don't know what's going on here. Um, you know, I didn't move that up and down. I was reading. I didn't let you all see it, did I? But let me just move it up to give you all an opportunity to see what I'm talking about. Where it say I must decline. I guess you can see that. I must decline your request. I'll let you read that a little bit. I was reading, and now I realize I didn't have it all up on the screen. But I'm gonna leave that there for a minute, uh, and hopefully you can go back and you can pause. You can look at this, and I'm gonna go on down to the bottom. Okay, that's item 2 that he's talking about. Okay, I'm gonna pause that for a minute, and then we're gonna close this out on this letter. Okay, and you can pause your phone a lot longer uh, when you choose to review this broadcast. And that's pretty much all of it right there. So that's it right there. Um, those were the 2 letters that were sent out um, to Mrs. Blanchard. And I will say this here. Um, Number 1, it's pretty much like um, I don't know the I don't know the legal term to use, but it's pretty much like if for example, uh, let's just say, let me try to get out of this. If for example, let's just say you have 3 things that you want to talk about. Just because one thing or maybe 2 things is prohibited, the superintendent should not have thrown out the whole request. It's not fair to ask the requester to come back the following month, which is the June meeting. It's not fair. Sometimes things has to be addressed before the June meeting. In other words, it can't wait. All right. So he was wrong to reject the whole request. There are parts of the request that could have been savage. He didn't have to reject the whole petition. Superintendent, without speaking to Mrs. Blanchard, he's drawing his own conclusions as to what he believed that might be said and what the ending might be. He's basically drawing his own conclusions. He have not even heard exactly uh, when they say school personnel, they're not coming to the school calling names. You know, when they say personnel, uh, they could simply just say, we just don't agree with, the way that the principal, even have to call the school. We just think that the principal disciplinary policies need to have a second look because it's not either being complied with or whatever the reason may be. You don't even necessarily have to call the schools or the names. Superintendent could have handled this a little better than that. All he had to do was call Mrs. Blanchard and speak what I'm speaking now is that we will not entertain calling uh, uh, administrator's name or schools. If that happened, he can shut the meeting down. He can shut the meeting down. This could have been handled a lot better. Now here we are. He want them to resubmit their request to speak on the June school board meeting. That's why the petition that they have, that's why the petition will come into handy. Because let me put this up for you. We're gonna talk about that. I'm almost through, y'all. I got four more little things to talk about, and I'm gonna turn it over to you all. Uh, let me see. I don't have no comments, so maybe you all is not interested in this topic. Like I may be talking for nothing. But anyway, I'm gonna get through it. Uh, I'm gonna get through it like Miss Catherine is still there, Miss Turner. Uh, but let me pull this up. Okay, as I indicated, you all are into a situation where you get year-round schooling. Okay, no vacationing. Uh, the way that you know a vacation should be. Your children more than likely, they're probably not going to become gainfully employed. Uh, in the summer months, and among other things. Sometimes you have your children at home doing babysitting. While you work or while you make errands. You can't do that now. Okay. Uh, but anyway, let's go up here and find. This is the statute that we was talking about. Uh, the superintendent, myself, and this is what I shared with the petitioners. That's the Arkansas State statute right there that governs meetings for the Osceola School District. Okay, not just Osceola, Blythe as well. Okay, uh, as you can see, the board of directors, simply saying the school board, the board of directors of a public school district shall meet. Okay, and these are some of the things that will happen in order for them to come out and meet, and they must meet. Okay, let me go and find them. Let me find the first one for you. And these are state statutes now. Okay, let me go up here and find them for you. Now, where's my number one at? All right, here. Here you go. That's the first thing that need to happen when you putting a petition into circulation. Like now, the superintendent wants you to come back in June. You don't have to wait to June. If you get these 50 signatures and you see that, it's possible to have a meeting this week, uh, the superintendent will have to acknowledge that petition. That's the law. You know, he cannot say no. He's not going to have a meeting. That's the law. As long as this petition is not in conflict with any of the other statutory laws, he will have to go ahead and allow you to speak. He already didn't say it that uh, he was going to allow them to speak on the school calendar. They don't have to wait until next month. If they and this is the what you call this is the option that they have. You know, and the law clearly state that if they can go out and get 50 qualified electors, in other words, signatures, for those people who live in the Osceola School District, then they can present that to the superintendent. Okay, what's the next thing that need to happen? Okay, contain the printed name and address of each qualified elector signing the petition. And before we close tonight, there is one school board member who voted against the all year schooling, and her name is Mrs. Denise Williams. Okay, she was outvoted. Okay, she was outvoted. I think 6 board members. I think the vote was like 5-1. And Mrs. Denise Williams, I guess she felt. I don't want to speak for her, but it must have been something about her no vote as to why she voted no when they uh, approve what is called now the minutes. I'm gonna show you the minutes in a minute, and I'm gonna show you along with the minutes how everyone voted. Okay, but Mrs. Williams, yeah, you need to thank her when you see her, Mrs. Denise Williams. Many of you know that she's the She's the wife of City Council member Stan Williams. Okay, so when you see Mrs. Williams, do thank her for taking a stand as being the only vote to say no, because I imagine she believed that there should have been more participation. All right, and I'm guessing that perhaps that was the reason that she voted no. All right. Okay, name and address on this petition. You get to have a printed spot on the petition. I'm hoping you all seeing this. You must print your name and the address of each qualified person. Now, what I always do with my petitions, I always have a spot where you print and sign. Of course, it contains the printed name. It is asking you to print, okay? Because they want it to be legible. They want to be able to read the name. So I guess that's why they prefer that you print, you know, opposed to signing your name. All right. So that's the second thing that need to happen. It's not before them. We on the second. That's not a colon. That's an I. All right, double I. That's where we at. The third thing that need to happen is accompanied by a verified statement. Okay, a verified statement of the person, whoever has put this petition in circulation, and I think her name is Mrs. Mary Blanchard. You know, she must provide a verified statement, okay, while she obtaining the signatures on the petition required under, that's another state law, 79109. Okay, you can look all these statutes up. Okay, I had a few other statutes that I want to put up there, but because I got started late, I didn't have a time to load them. But and the last thing that need to happen, let's go ahead and find that. You state the purpose of the meeting. All right, those are the things that need to happen uh, when you putting a petition into circulation. Again, we'll go through them again. You know, you need 50 signatures. Okay, that's what you need. You need those 50 signatures. All right. Then next, contain the printed name and address of each qualified elector signing the petition. Okay, you need that. Third thing, is accompanied by a verified statement of the person obtaining the signatures on the petition required on an ACA 79109. Okay. And the last thing, you state the purpose of the meeting. Okay. So that is how your petition should be uh, drafted. Hopefully, the petition was drafted properly. You do have all that information I just stated. If not, you need to go ahead and take care of that, because you don't want to submit your petition to superintendent, because all he gonna be looking for, like he did with this letter, he was just looking for one thing, and he rejected the whole request. He going to be doing the same thing for your petition. All right, the same thing. If someone signed their name, you know, opposed to printing their name, he may use that little technicality to throw out your petition until you go back and start all over again. So make sure your petition, all I's are dotted and all T's are crossed. He's just looking for one reason to reject your petition. So keep that in mind. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you how the vote went. We at the bottom of the hour. I'm going to go ahead and show you how the vote went. Okay. So let me go up there and find that. And then I'm going to show you about the last thing we're going to talk about is the jobs that the Osceola School District are trying to replace right now. And then I'm going to turn it over to you. We're going to call it a night. Okay. So let's go up here right now. What is I supposed to be going up here to look at? I think it may be about that. Ain't it? Uh, this is it. Okay. Now, this is what I wanted to show you all. Okay. Let me see if I can move this over a little bit. I think that may do it. Okay. Now, I don't know if I'm got to go up here and see if I get that. Let me go back over here. I don't think you all can see that. So let me get out of here and let me go back over here. That ain't it. Now, where are we? Just give me 1 minute, you all. I'm trying to go back. Oh, here we go, right here. So let me get out of here and let me go back and pull up this information that I want to show you all, okay? So just give me a minute. Give me 1 minute. Okay, we're going to stop that. And we're going to go up here and we're going to find this other. Okay, I think that's it right there. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it right there. Okay, now we're ready. Okay, now we're ready. Okay, so let me go back over here. Now we're ready. Okay, now you can hopefully you can follow along with me. So let's go up here and let's look at that right now. As I say, you want to give Mrs. Denise Williams. You really want to go ahead and thank her for standing the ground and voting her conscience, voting what she believed that was in the best interest of the school district, and that is by giving parents an opportunity uh, to get the information. All right. I'm not saying they didn't, but many said that they didn't. And so, with something as serious as going to all year round school, I mean, I don't see what's the problem. You know, let's get it right. Let's make sure that those who say that they didn't receive the information, give them an opportunity to uh, hopefully this second round receive the information. So I want you all to look at this here. Right here, if you drop down, you got A, B, C on your left. Okay, A, B, C. C is the one that we want to look at. I don't know if you can see my cursor there flashing right there, but that's the one we want to look at right there. Okay, this is how I'm finna. I want to show you how the vote went. Okay, okay. C. It's a calendar update. All right, calendar update. Dr. Green. Let me see if I can load it up for you all. I want you all to be able to see this here. Okay. And I'll just move it side to side if I have to. Uh, okay. We on C. It's a Dr. Green recommends switching to hybrid calendar. Now, I don't even know what that is. I asked somebody else, what is a hybrid calendar? I think that word might have been misleading. Why could he not just say uh, what was it, all around schooling? You know, he didn't use that term. He used hybrid. What is hybrid? I mean, you have to make sure you can't send out vague terms like that when you're speaking to the parents. Okay, I mean, you just can't do that. Any letter that go out, it can't be so vague to where someone get to turn to the next parents and say, hybrid, what is hybrid? I mean, what are they talking about hybrid? Why couldn't he just say all year round schooling? He knew that that right there would have caught their attention. So uh, Dr. Green recommends switching to the hybrid calendar. I think that was misleading. That was misleading, okay? For the hybrid calendar for the 2022 2023 school year, okay? Torian Bale made a motion to accept the hybrid calendar versus the traditional calendar. Okay. After Dr. Green stated, let's go to the hybrid calendar, Tory Bell he made the motion to accept the hybrid calendar. After he made the motion, you read down here to where they didn't want the traditional calendar as you know it now. And Ollie Collins made the second. He seconded the motion. And now let's get to the vote. Let me move over a little bit. Motion passed 5-1. They got 6 school board members, okay? The motion passed 5-1 with Denise Williams. Let me see if I can take it. Denise Williams, she opposed. Okay, I just wanted to show you all how everybody voted. They voted 5-1. Mrs. Denise Williams was the only person who thought that there was, and I'm just guessing, there was not enough information given to get her yes vote. She believed that, for whatever reason she believed, she voted no. Okay, but everyone else, they voted to go to the all year round schooling, not having any considerations for the parent and the students. And I want to close out by saying this here before I go to you all. I want to close out and say that, and I mean this here, that when it comes to weighing personnel issues to the safety of students, like they want to talk about disciplinary actions, the reason I said safety, because sometimes, there could be fights among the kids. I don't know if they still using corporal punishment, paddling in school. I don't know if these things are going on, but if these things are going on, then they should at least be willing to listen to the parents, their concerns. Okay, you have to weigh personnel privacy versus the safety and concerns of the students. The students should always outweigh privacy rights of personnel. It's no different than what's the law where you get the FOIA. There are certain things that are restricted that a person, they may make a request for it, but because of privacy concerns, they denied the requester to that information. The only way that information can be given is that they weigh the concerns of the community to the concerns or the privacy of the person. Like police officer, if he don't want his personnel file to be released to the public, because let's just say it was a shooting, and he don't want his file to be released to the public, but this police officer, let's just say he done had like 3-4 incidents in the past year. Now you're talking about safety. Okay, you have to weigh the privacy rights of the police officer against the against the public concerns, privacy rights of the police against public rights, which are concerns, the public concern. The same thing here with the school teacher and personnel we're talking about. You have to weigh personnel privacy to that. We're talking about safety of the students. Students should always outweigh personnel matters, should always. Your child should not be put on the back burner to keep some personnel person name from being used, especially if it's an important topic. All right, we're talking about disciplinary actions here, and so that should never happen, parents. But I want to get back to the petition. You can force a meeting. You don't have to wait till June. Take that petition to the superintendent. Make sure that the president of the school board, because actually she's school board president, the school board president should be informed by the superintendent of every person who wants to who requests to be placed on the agenda. And the superintendent actually, he only make a recommendation if if the if the request to get on the school board come to him first. He only to give a recommendation. Okay. And if he deny you, you need to be talking to the president of the school board. The school board president should be informed of all requests that have came to the desk of the superintendent. And the same thing with the superintendent. If a parent has an issue to where, and he write the school board or the final of the facts. In other words, they done heard a situation that it be a school teacher or that it be a student. They go before the board. All right. And in some cases, if there still is no satisfaction, you can bring your concerns to who? The superintendent. And so there's a balance here, on both ends. The superintendent does not have the last say so. Yeah, it is his job to run the school district, but when it comes to making decisions such as, denying taxpayers whom the schools belong to, denying them the opportunity to come before the board and speak, uh, that right there should never be tolerated. Never be tolerated. Okay. So I'm gonna go to my board. I don't know if we got any questions over here. Uh, it don't look like nobody is tuning in. I know I'm public. And so I'm gonna close this here, shut it down right now because and I'm probably just not going to speak no more on this here thing because if uh, I sort of understand now why the school board do what they do. I was speaking with a parent today from Osceola, and this parent from Osceola indicated that parents just don't go out. They don't get involved. And here I am, you know, I'm coming to you all trying to let me go back up here. I'm coming to you all trying to to see that you all are deal fair justice. And I think Miss Catherine Turner is probably the only one that's been. Of course, we get some people other that's watching, just haven't given a comment yet. But um, I came on to do this here today, and I put the other topic that I was going to broadcast on today. I figured that this topic here was so important. You all being forced to send your children to school all year round, that I need to speak about what had happened in terms of uh, the letter that went out to the superintendent requesting to be placed on the May school board agenda and his denial of that. Superintendent, I don't know what's going on. He keeps saying that he have consulted with his the school attorney and the school board association. Um, here's the deal: we don't know exactly what information that was stated to the school board association attorney or to the school attorney. We don't know what was said. The only somebody is making the case is superintendent. The attorneys have not heard from the parent. That you talking school board association, that you talking about their attorney, I believe he from Jonesboro or Paragrove, somewhere over in there. You know, only one side of the story is being told. And if I'm the only person telling the story and my story sound believable, then quite naturally, the person that I'm talking to on the other end, they pretty much going to agree with me. Why? Because they hadn't heard the other side. We don't know what information, uh, in terms of what the superintendent, what did he say? Because I refuse to believe that any attorney will tell the taxpayers that they don't have a right to come and request to be placed on the agenda, especially if they go out and get a petition. There's a process for that. Superintendent has no power in that, no power whatsoever. Once those 50 signatures is presented to him and it's a verified statement, and those and plus verified signatures of the people who sign with their name and address, there's nothing he can do. All the superintendent can do at that point is hold a meeting. That's all he can do. You don't have to wait to June. Make sure your petition, as I put on the board tonight, that is, make sure that you dot all the I's and the T's before you present your petition. All he's looking for is one reason to deny you an opportunity to be placed on the June uh, meeting. And after that, pretty much the calendar has been adopted. Okay. But that's all I have, ladies and gentlemen. See if I have anything else over here that I want to talk to you all about. I don't think I do. Um, but anyway, may you all have a blessed remaining. Uh, what's the day? Wednesday or Tuesday? Tuesday. So may you all have a blessed remaining Tuesday. And hopefully I'll see you again next week if I don't run a special broadcast. I'm really caught up in this election stuff right now. Every now and then I may throw in some police uh, or social justice stuff, but I just thought that I'll come on to speak to you all tonight about your school. Your schools are in trouble, Osceola. When your school go, as someone stated, and I agree with them, when your school goes, so do your community. Oh, this last thing, y'all got some jobs I want to show y'all, and then we'll close. Y'all got some jobs over here to where that need to be. Uh, uh, Let me go up here and find it. But I want to show you all the jobs that you all have that need to be filled. Certified teachers, what I'm saying. Okay, certified school teachers. Okay, let's see if I can find it. Okay, I think this is it here. Okay, now, do you see that right there? I want to make sure. No, you don't see it. I want to make sure you all see that. Do you see that? Let me go up here and make sure I got it on. I want to make sure. Oh yeah, you can see that. Okay, we ready then. Now, right there, you see, right now there are. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but we are currently offering $5,000 uh, sign-on bonus. That's the Osceola School District. Okay, $5,000 sign-on bonus, and are also offering performance bonuses of up to 8,000. I guess based on how well you do in terms of uh, your job. Let's just say that you stand to gain $3,000 more dollars. Okay, as you can see, they need a kindergarten teacher. Okay, need a kindergarten teacher. They also need a first grade teacher, second grade teacher. They need two of them, two second grade teachers. Okay, and they need a fourth grade teacher. Okay, let's see if we can find something else. That's just a school calendar, some other stuff that I had right here. You know, uh, teacher two. I guess that was. Let's go back where they say teachers two. Uh, well, we can't see that on the bottom there, but let's just keep going. Okay, you got a high school math teacher. You need one of those. These certified jobs now. Okay, environmental science chemistry teacher. You need one of them. High school civic and U.S. history teacher. You need one of them. Special education teacher. You need three of them. Three special ed teachers, education. Reading specialist. You need two of them. Okay. Coaching. What is that? Your internet connection was restored. About time. Um, Coaching opportunities available. Okay. Uh, you need coach, and they need coaches. Let's see what else we got over here. Uh, is that all of it? Let's go up here. Pum, 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 pum. I thought we had something else. Yeah, that's not it. That's something else there. Let's go back. Here we go. All right. Okay, now right here, I want to show you all something. He was speaking of how they elected the hybrid school calendar opposed it to the traditional school calendar. Now I want you all to look at this here. Let me see if I can blow that up. Let me go up here. I don't know if I can blow that up. I was hoping that I can blow that up, but I can't. Uh, but right here, if you can, let me see. Yeah, I can think I can blow it up. Let me see. Let me go back. I want to show you all something right here. Let me blow this up for you, and we're gonna talk about this. Okay. Now right here, you see how I'd say these are the options right here. Look like it's four options: traditional school calendar, pursuant to Arkansas State Statute 610-106. That's the statute that governs traditional school calendar. I think what is that? Something like 100, what is it? Traditional 178 school days or 180 school days, somewhere in there. Okay, that's traditional. You also, your next bullet point, alternative school calendar, pursuant to, there go your state statute, 610-106, as amended by Act 688 in of 2021. So that statute has been amended. Okay. Then you got your third bullet point, third option, 4 day, 4 day week school calendar, pursuant to Arkansas Code 610-117. Okay. And then this is the one that they chose out of the four. You hear me? Out of the four, this is the one that they chose. When I say they, the school board, in which the superintendent recommended it and the school board voted for it. 12 months, which is called year round school calendar, pursuant to this Arkansas statute, 610-108. Now, I want you all to pay very close attention to those statutes, okay? Because that spells out how each school calendar that we see up here, those statutes specifically state how they must be carried out, okay? So please pay close attention to those. And if you look and say the district can only implement one type of calendar in a school year, districts will identify their calendar options in the statewide information system LEA profile district table during cycle 7 prior to the school year of implementation. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this calendar probably could have went up to May before you all made any decision. As I showed you all that they made this decision in the March meeting. The March meeting is when they made this decision. You had four options right there. You see that? Traditional school calendar, alternative school calendar, 4 weekday school calendar, and 12 months year-round school calendar. You had four options. Now, my question to you, parents, and everyone else, when you receive something in the mail, did it have these options up there? All four of them. That's what you should have had, four options. Or did it just give you the traditional school calendar? And we know it didn't give you a hyper, but because they changed that. That was in disguise. They used the word hybrid, excuse me. You know, and you probably looked at that word, you probably know what it was. But what it was is saying we're gonna put your kids, they going to school all year round. We calling it hybrid. We know it's all year round. Y'all don't know it though. So they sneaked in a term on you that was misleading. The reason I say that because we're gonna go back. I'm gonna show you the school board vote and the word that they use. If you don't believe me, so those are four options there. Okay, I want y'all to really look at that. You might have been hoodwinked. They just gave you two options when they should have gave you all four. All right, you've been hoodwinked. Okay, stakeholders input regarding the calendar option. You see that? It say prior to May the 1st. Okay, prior to May the 1st, I don't know if this happened. You have to tell me. Prior to May the 1st, stakeholders input regarding the calendar option. Okay, that's folks like maybe the like some people that everybody ain't got kids in the school system. They could be business people, okay? They could be concerned citizens, all of these stakeholders. They could be church people, church, business, uh, uncle, aunts, just people in general, people from the community. You know, they supposed to had some voice in this here, you know, in terms of the calendar option. Now, only question is, you have to tell me, did that happen? Now, then you got the local school board approved the district calendar. All this here is when this calendar, if you all got to go back in June and superintendent wants you all to speak on the calendar, you see what they say, don't you? May the 1st. All this here, May the 1st, is when this calendar is going to be approved by the district, the school board. That's all May 1st. Then you got cycle 7, June the 15th. You see my cursor there, right there in the middle section, the middle block. Input selected calendar option in SIS. I don't know what that is. Y'all have to tell me that. I don't know what that is, but that's June the 15th, whatever that is. Input selected calendar option in SIS, whatever it is. Now, August the 1st. That's the last date in this 3-date uh, process, if you will. District calendar. Now they posted what? Now it's going to be post on the district website. Standards for accreditation 1-8.4. Okay. So I just want to show you all that. So that take care of that, okay? But just going back to what I want to show you all earlier, just going back to let's find it right quick. Let me go up here. Going back to how they voted, I wanted you all to see that. Going back to how they voted. All right, let's go back up there because y'all need to see that. Okay, here we go. Y'all need to see that. Okay, we're back at it. Okay, let's drop this down a little bit. Let's drop it down a little bit. Going over to C. Okay, let's drop it down one more time. I will leave it there. You see C them. You see B, C. Look at C. Dr. Green recommended switching to the what? Hybrid calendar. How come he didn't say school all around, 12 months? That was misleading. I don't know if the school board picked that up. That's who he's talking to get their vote. Dr. Green recommended switching to the hybrid calendar. What the heck is that? I even asked a few parents today, did they know anything about a hybrid calendar? Did they receive anything in the mail? They said no. I said, well, what did y'all choose? They said all year round. Now, we did, a few minutes ago, you did see that as one of the 4 options, didn't you? You didn't see hybrid calendar on there, did you? I don't care if it means the same thing as other. You didn't see those words, the word hyper on the 4 options that you had. That was misleading. Dr. Green recommends switching to the hybrid calendar for the 2022-2023 school year. Tory Bell made a motion to accept the hybrid calendar versus the traditional calendar. You saw that up there, didn't you? One of the 4 options. You saw that, didn't you? Traditional calendar. You didn't see hybrid. Holly Collins seconded the motion. Motion passed 5-1. Mrs. Denise Williams opposed it, being the only lone no vote. So that's my show, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to run that by you all, and just to see exactly, give you the information. Don't know what you'll do with it. Don't know if you'll do anything. But I did my job. To the parents that reached out to me, I did my job. Now it's up to you. The citizens, stakeholders, concerned citizens of Osceola, citizens, I mean, from all walks, it's up to y'all. Are you going to continue to let your school district be ran the way it is, not giving you an option to participate, knowing very well that you own the schools, the taxpayers, they belongs to you. They don't belong to the superintendent. They don't belong to the school board. The schools belongs to you, the taxpayers. That's the law. I can show you that too, but I ain't got time tonight. That's statutory law. I mean, it's written the way I just said it. The schools belongs to the taxpayers, not the school board. Well, early voting is going on. It started Monday. It will be going on until the 23rd. Please get out to vote. Early voting has already uh, began. Okay? Please get out to vote. I'm not telling you how to vote, but please go and vote. This is the primaries. The last day for early voting is May the 23rd, but don't wait till May 23rd. The primary election date is where is it over here? Because I don't want to tell you something wrong. Oh, here we go. Let's go back and do this here. Early voting is May the 9th through the 23rd. Okay, that's early voting. It started Monday, which was the 9th. It will go on through May 23rd. Okay, you have that timeline for early voting. If you're like me, you'll go and vote early because on the day of the election, the 24th, it may be hectic. Okay, so please do get out to vote. And of course, the election day for the primary is May 24th, 2022. Okay, that's all I have, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that I said something that resonate uh, with you to make you want to get involved and start participating, going to your school board meetings, asking questions. You don't have to get on the agenda, uh, unless it's absolutely necessary. But the main thing is your presence. Okay, your presence. You need to really be there and hold your school board members accountable. Um, I'm getting ready to go, and now I see some people over here that tuned in. Let's see who they are. Uh, let's see who they are. Okay, we got that's my sis. What's going on, sis? That's my sister Deborah Thompson. How you doing, sis? Love you. You got a question for me? Yo, you should saying I'm here. Um, and and then we even got Blabber interested in y'all situation there. Uh, we got my friend Miss Carolyn Barnes. God bless you, sir. Well, thank you, Mrs. Bond. I tell you, um, your daughter was a ball player. I knew she looked familiar, but I didn't want to sound stupid. But after you said what you said the other day, that was confirmation. In fact, she did play ball, but I just didn't want to ask her, you know. But anyway, thank you for weighing in on the Osceola uh, issue. Uh, of course, uh, that's my sister Deborah Thompson. It say seem like the students will be attending school year round with few periodic breaks throughout the year. Don't seem like ain't gonna be none. Seem the Osceola School Board is not doing their homework as far as the law when it comes to the students in school. Tony, you brought on a good show, and you have been very informative. I appreciate you. All you can do is give us the info, and it's up to the community how they want to proceed. I totally agree, sis. I mean, that's basically what I said. It's I don't really even get involved in Osceola uh, politics. You know, I just don't. I don't get into Osceola politics. I got my reason why I don't get into Osceola politics, but I don't get into Osceola politics anymore. Uh, If it don't have nothing to do with the education system, uh, people with disabilities, okay, that it be special ed students, that it be people who have some form of disability, whether they young or old, but just knowing that they have a disability, uh, I advocate for them. Uh, Elderly people, people of age, I will advocate for them. The only thing that I am not getting involved in when it comes to Osceola, I am done with Osceola politics. I am done. Okay? I mean, y'all elect who you want to elect. I ain't saying a mumbling word. Whoever you want for mayor, that's your problem. Or your business, shall I say. Whoever you want for school board councilwoman or councilman, that's your business. Your taxes too high, your light bill too high. And Lord, no, I ain't going down that road with the light bill. I fought that thing since 2012, probably cleaned up to 20, what's this, 22, 2020. From 2012 to 2020, about how long I've been talking to y'all about the elected bill. I don't want to talk about that no more. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing. But when it comes to education and people with disability, I'm always gonna be concerned for those two uh, 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 groups of people: children and people with disabilities. Okay. Uh, Again, thank you, Sister Deborah Thompson. You're right. All I can do is put the information out there. I pulled off what I was going to broadcast today just to give Osceola an opportunity to know what's going on with their school district and what's finna happen down the pike. You finna go to school all year round. I tell you what's gonna happen. This probably backfire against Osceola because those parents that who have the means and the ability to pull their kids out of the Osceola district and move somewhere near, whether it's Wilson, Rivercrest, or whether it's Blavel. I can see Rivercrest and Blavel school population. I can see it increasing dramatically. Osceola will be lucky. They'll be lucky if they get 500 kids starting the 22-23 school year. They'd be lucky if they get 500. They probably ain't got no more than 900 right now. 900 students. That number may get lower than that as the school year go on. Osceola, I guarantee you, about time the school start for the 2022, 2023 or whatever, I tell you, parents got to make a decision. They're not going to be willing to send their kids to school all year round. Don't nobody do that but China. That's one country I know go to school all year round, China. Anyway, that's all I have, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to say peace and love. God bless you. And until then, you have a remainder blessed night. Peace and love. Goodbye now.